want to know the truth. This guy's a mental patient posing as a doctor, and then the doctor forces Danny to take some energy pills. Soon, Danny drifts into sleep. On waking, another doc appears, checks him briefly, and Danny shares his story. His passport, the sole ID proof, is with the doctor, but the name's not Danny. Frustrated, Danny secretly calls Jolin with the patient's help. Jolin learns Danny offended the town's richest family, opts to stay out, and hangs up. Danny is unaware of his every move, is closely watched by the Hards. Upon learning he called Jolin, Maud immediately goes to Jolin, aiming to keep Danny in the asylum forever. He offers $50,000 in exchange, demanding Jolin prove Danny threatened him, then gives a look saying, "Think carefully." One day, Jody spots Danny's childhood photo and gets an idea. She sends a pack of chocolate to the hospital via her secretary. Dennis, thrilled after getting chocolate, quickly picks the brown ones and asks the doc who visited, thinking it's Jody, only to find that it's actually Jolin from the dojo. He tells Danny that Maud came looking for him and he wants no part of this circus. Danny shows no reaction and asks him to deliver a package to Jody. Jody confirms he's Danny upon noticing no brown items. She wants to take Danny back to the company, but Maud strongly opposes, refusing to share his precious toy with anyone. Maud calls Hard, his father, to plan secretly eliminating Danny. At night, the doctor dresses Danny in a gown, drags him muddily to a room where 3 men beat him up. During the beatdown, Danny's latent powers activate, a yellow light bursting from his clothes into his fist. With his golden fist at the ready, Danny takes a running start in the hallway, which just so happens to be witnessed by Hard. Now, it's not only about survival for Danny anymore. He also has to prove who he is and reclaim everything that's rightfully his. The next day, he waits at Danny's doorstep with the highest Eastern etiquette, ready to bring him home. He takes him home and takes him home again, all set to deliver him back. The next day, he greets Jody with the highest Eastern decorum at her door. They stay up with some light reminiscing, thinking Jody could help prove his identity, but once they are home, she pulls out a contract, $100 million to make Danny stop using. Furious, Danny throws the contract down and leaves, then arrives at his parents' graves, intending to cry, but finds the gravestones cleaned. After inquiry, he finds someone often cleans here. Danny locates Jerry, Wren Group's ex-legal advisor. Years ago, Danny's dad gave him his first job. Out of gratitude, he maintains the family's graves. At first, Jerry doubts Danny's identity, but Danny reveals childhood details. It's only then that Jerry believes he's Danny. Danny asks for his help in reclaiming what's rightfully his, but all the documents that could prove his identity have vanished. Suddenly, he recalls, as a child, he broke a bone skateboarding and was hospitalized. Few knew, so records could prove his claim. Just as he walks into the hospital, he spots a bald guy rummaging through stuff but just brushes it off. He begins searching for his records. Meanwhile, the bald man clamps a metal piece on, hits Danny on the head unexpectedly, and then splashes high-octane gasoline on the shelves. Danny collects himself and calls upon his iron fist powers, smashing the bald guy's clasp to pieces. The bald man, furious, draws a 5-meter knife and they tussle. After 300 rounds, Danny floors him. Just as the bald guy seizes the opportunity to light the gasoline, Danny spots someone fainting nearby and has no time to ponder. He scoops the person up and bolts outside, just as an explosion shakes the room, erasing all evidence. After that, Danny confronts Maud, knowing he's behind this, but Maud stubbornly denies it. Infuriated, Danny sends a cup flying hundreds of meters, but luckily Jody steps in just in time to prevent Maud from being turned into a meat patty by Danny's eye. The next day, Jerry takes Danny to the company. Jody says as Danny rejected the deal before, the amount fell from $1 billion to $20 million, but Jerry vows to help Danny regain his due, including 51. Take. Then, Jerry hands Maud to put Danny's childhood gift to Jody, with fingerprints matching adult Danny's. Since Maud is so utterly heartless, we'll see you in court. Just as Danny is about to leave, he spots Maud frantically on the phone. Full of curiosity, he follows him to a building. Maud enters with his fingerprint, leaving Danny outside. So, Danny climbs up the building's exterior wall. Finally reaching his target floor, just as he opens the window to sneak in, he gets shoved back. Luckily, he grabs onto a small stick for dear life. After several struggles, Danny tires out and falls down, but thankfully lands on a platform and just blacks out. When he wakes again, he's in a fancy room, and Maud suddenly appears behind him. No surprise, Maud pushed him out the window. As he steps forward to argue, another voice sounds behind him. He turns, shocked to see Hard wasn't he dead from cancer 12 years ago. How was he whole and not a day older? The two share a warm embrace, and Hard thinks to himself, like and subscribe. They sat down and talked about the past. 12 years ago, when Hard was dying, he was rescued by a mysterious group, the Protective Union, on condition of handing over his company. Thus, he has to live in this posh apartment forever. Talk about a tough deal. Knowing that Danny has learned magical martial arts from Cunnan, Hard sees a glimmer of hope. Legend has it that the heir to the Iron Fist will bring down the Protective Union, so Hard hopes Danny can help free him from their clutches. Danny vows to help Hard destroy the Protective Union and gets his shares back. But on the way, Maud warns him about his dad. What's going on? Back at the company, they hold a press conference to announce Danny's real identity and rightfully reclaim 51% of his shares. Danny attends a shareholders meeting for the first time. He could cash in on lucrative pharmaceuticals, but he insists on cost-plus pricing instead. That night, Danny arrives at Jodie's to drink heavily. Jodie goes for more drinks to liven things up when suddenly a gun bursts in and takes her away. Danny bolts over, easily dispatching two goons, and the rest pull out their weapons, prompting Danny to strike a heroic pose.